it's a YouTube thing.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Hopefully you can hear us. Can someone keep an eye on the chat and let us know if the sound is back, because I can't read it right now. Anyway, you guys, welcome to the Fumble Live. We're breaking down all the latest sports news for you.
Wait, they're saying no audio.
That's it.
Nah, I got
Still
sound.
no sound?
No, they're trolling. Don't let them troll you.
I think they're trolling us.
Okay,
Yeah.
sound.
Okay,
Yeah, they're trolling. Nah.
Okay, then let's get our intros in. You guys, I'm Devin Howard. You can find me on Instagram as @DevinHoward. Chris.
Hey guys, it's your boy Chris. You can follow me everywhere at CK2K.
What's up, trolls? That was a good one. You got us. I appreciate it. But it's your girl, Jackie Ray. You can follow me everywhere at JRay the Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's your girl Britt Johnson. You can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson. Happy Friday! You guys get to listen to my annoying voice now for an hour.
Does anyone have any good plans for the weekend? Any fun plans coming up for you guys?
Bubble.
Yeah, basketball or nothing.
I mean, I'll probably I stopped drinking during the week, so I'm excited for drinking on the weekends now.
Turn it up on the weekend.
I love what she said. I stopped drinking during the week.
So weekends, that's what I look forward to. I'm like, God, I can drink now. So I'm excited about.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't done my vegan weekends in a while, so I have to get back to my vegan week. I know I fell off when basketball came back. It was wings and beer. So I'm sorry. I tried to
get cauliflower. Get the cauliflower wings from Air One. They're the best. The cauliflower wings from Air One or the buffalo chicken from Veggie Grill. Really good. Love those both.
Okay, I'll try those. The cauliflower wing sounds absolutely awful, but I'm gonna trust you and I'm gonna try it.
No, cauliflower is so good.
They're fire. Yeah.
So good.
Where do I get those from? Look, let me put a note.
Get them from Air One.
Air One. Okay, look, I'm putting a note in my phone right now. Okay, I got it. I'm on it.
Amazing. All right. Well, speaking of the bubble, let's just jump right into the first news story. It's all about the bubble and some tensions that are rising. So the NBA bubble has been a success thus far. There haven't been any positive COVID tests, which is amazing, but tensions are rising between the athletes. Chris Haynes recently reported that multiple players are, quote, personally calling Commissioner Adam Silver and complaining about activities going on inside the bubble that violate protocol. I couldn't hear that. You cut out when you said that. Oh. Yes, exactly. So that he didn't elaborate on what these activities actually are, but they're apparently bad enough to warrant direct calls to Adam Silver. As we've previously told you, we heard about that anonymous tip line that the NBA implemented prior to the restart that would allow players to report bad behavior in the bubble without identifying themselves. And we know that a few of the guys took advantage of this and reported anyone who wasn't wearing a mask or who was standing closer than 6 feet away from one another. But I guess things, I don't know, they've taken a turn for the worse because people are just taking their cell phones and calling Adam Silver personally. So maybe the anonymous tip line is not working or the transgressions are getting worse. But Chris, if you had to guess, what do you think these complaints are about?
Man, that's a good question. I mean,
I know
I think
exactly what they're about.
Yeah, I
know
think I have one.
exactly.
But I'm trying to think outside the box of what else they could possibly be complaining about. I mean, like the first things that come to my mind is food. Other things, food. I don't know. That's a good question.
Food. I don't think it's food at all. I don't think it has anything to do with food. What do you think it is?
The way that
You
some of
really
these-
have an idea.
Because someone could be like, hey, so-and-so came through my room when I wasn't in my room and stole my candy or my chips, because I feel like it's like prison, you know, like people be going in people's cells and taking people's stuff out. And I think if it had to do with food, that would be the food issue, is people stealing people's food.
Well, but Jackie, what's your idea?
I think people are taking too long with those masseuses, or they're monopolizing the time of the cute one and leaving only the non-attractive one left. That's what it is. You're not sharing the masseuse. That's what it is. I'm trying to tell you. I had from 3 to 4. But see, no, they brought in cute ones specifically, and my time was 3 to 4. It's 3:15, and then you still in there. I'm calling. I'm telling.
Okay, well, Jackie, I also want to ask you, with no positive test results, do you think players are just getting more sensitive, or do you think that people are actually violating the rules of the bubble?
I think they're sensitive about their time with the masseuse, because as we've already, that's what I think. I am not leaving from this point. Somebody in the chat said you lost me. Masseuses can provide all sorts of services. If your mind can't wander beyond that, then I got nothing else for you. Look it up. Google is your friend.
Happy ending. Google happy ending.
Right.
Okay. Britt, are you surprised to learn that players are willing to take their snitching to the next level?
Sorry, it sounded like somebody just walked in my room and nobody
about to snitch. They about to snitch on you, Britt.
Back again.
I'm sorry. I gotta be alert at all times.
My question was, are you surprised to learn that players are so willing to take their snitching to the next level?
No, I think that's just something we kind of like expected going into it. And I think the more bored players are, I feel like there's an echo with me. The more bored players are, they're just going to tell on each other because they have nothing else to do. And I think some of it is probably them kind of like joking, telling on each other. Like, I feel like, I don't know, Kuz and JaVale McGee might be like, hey, let's go snitch on like so-and-so for doing something stupid. Like being like children, not being like serious, like, yes, hello, I'd like to report a crime here in the bubble. I don't think they're doing it like that. I think some of it's just like they're being petty because they don't have anything else to do.
But wouldn't they just call the snitch line? You call the snitch line and say, you calling Adam Silver?
Yeah, right. Adam's a little, but maybe I feel like whoever has his personal phone number, they must be top dogs, not every,
here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes.
The top of the top dogs. I'm just saying.
There's only a select few players that I could see, and maybe players that aren't necessarily playing to their what they normally play to. So they're calling out other people. Like, I mean, who knew TJ Warren would literally be leading the league right now in points in the bubble, and like Dame Lillard would be I mean, I knew Dame Lillard would be killing it because he's my guy, but. There's so many players that are like Michael Porter Jr. There's all these players, so I feel like the good players are trying to snitch on them because only the good players have Adam Silver's number.
Maybe somebody's snitching on Kawhi. Kawhi probably snuck somebody in to moisturize his scalp so he could stop itching so bad in every single game after every play.
Okay,
ridiculous. Yeah, got it in there on a Friday. No, I said somebody snitched on him. No, somebody snitched on him and trying to get his scalp moisturized. Because after every play, this is what he's doing. It's like tapping the weave. After every play, this is Kawhi. Like what's happening?
I sent Kawhi Leonard a care package of what?
Do-rags, and hopefully you're getting them.
That doesn't stop your scalp from itching.
No, next thing in the mail, I'll send some scalp moisturizer. Yes, it does. Kind of. It would help it from drying up.
Yeah.
Nah, do-rags do not help stop your scalp from itching. This is a whole nother conversation that we're going to have on Black Hair Care Day. This ain't it, though.
Let's move on. Chris might be filling us in on the post up about somebody who's been shooting their shot at Kawhi. Maybe she's going to be arriving to moisturize the scalp. I don't know if that's happening in Chris's segment. But
wait, doesn't Kawhi have a girlfriend? Britt,
We'll
doesn't
get
he
on
have a
that.
girlfriend?
We'll get to that. We're going to get to
Yeah,
that.
I never
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Zion Williamson, you guys. So obviously Zion's minutes have been closely managed by the Pelicans due to his injury that he had earlier this season, and fans are noticing that he's not looking as explosive as he once was. So Dr. Brian Sutterer has become a well-known analyst of sports injuries on YouTube and Twitter, and he was interviewed by The Athletic about Zion, and his take on the rookie athlete is not great. He said, quote, "He's in a race against his own body. If you go watch his Duke highlights compared to now, the difference is profound. In my opinion, his athleticism and conditioning have regressed substantially. He's less explosive, less conditioned, slower on defense, and has already had a portion of his meniscus removed from his knee, and he's still under close monitoring from the medical staff." And his outlook on Zion's future is also not optimistic at all. He said, quote, "I feel like nobody really wants to call it like we all see it. He's trying to reverse a career trajectory that, by the Pelicans' own admission, is worrisome, as evidenced by his reprogramming and scrutinized minutes. He had 4 months to start making positive strides, and to me, he's regressed more. When will he finally start to reverse course? Will it be in time before substantial fitness concerns and injuries limit him and threaten his career? Instead of outpacing these risks, I'm worried that Zion is losing the race." So Jackie, I know you are as big a fan of Zion as I am. So how does this news make you feel?
It's not surprising news. I mean, one of the things that I've said, and I think Britt said it in one of her takes, that he's going to be fighting against his whole body his entire career. And unfortunately, I don't think he's actually in the ring yet. I think he's just a kid who likes to play basketball right now, and he's not taking the precautions and the procedures actually that he should. He should never have an off season. He should have a nutritionist at all time. He doesn't get to do, eat what he wants during the week and do vegan weekends, because he should be playing football is what he should be doing at his size, you know what I mean? And then just get in quick, get a career and get out. But when you're talking about basketball and you want to have one of these long 17, 20-year careers, his body right now says, no, that's not going to happen. So again, I hope he jumps in this race, but it's going to be hard for him. And I get that sucks to just can't be in the league and just have a good time and play basketball, and you're young doing what you love, that you constantly have to be mindful of your weight and your health. I get that sucks, but that's what it is. And if he wants to have a career, then he's going to have to really jump on that train very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that note, Britt, do you feel that his bleak future is set in stone, or do you think there are lifestyle changes that he can make to increase his basketball longevity?
Nothing's ever set in stone. I think he can have whatever future he wants to have in the league, and I think it obviously starts with his training crew that he has around him. I think he needs to personally hire his own staff, not have the Pelicans, because this is the same. I don't want to see the same story that happened with Derrick Rose when he just had a bad staff around him with the Chicago Bulls and continued to get injury after injury because he's always overcompensating on one side and they would never let him heal properly. And yes, we've seen moments of Derrick Rose come back again. And you guys remember that huge game he had earlier this year where he was, or technically last year, where he was crying and stuff because, and I cried. I think we all kind of cried in that moment. We knew what Derrick Rose was and then what he fell down to, and then to see him kind of have that moment again was great. And I think that's going to be the same with Zion if he does not get hit right now, take advantage of, his money and his whatever, and use that like LeBron James spends $1 million a year on his like health and fitness. I think Zion needs to do that at 20 years old right now if he wants to have a successful career. So it's not impossible to change it around. I just don't think he has it mentally in him to do it right now. But again, it's all up to him.
Well, you'd think that if his career was on the line, or his athleticism was on the line, he'd find the mental fortitude to be able to do that. But
he's not thinking like that. He's a kid. Yeah,
I know so many football players, especially, who literally have. I'm like, oh, if you just ate a little bit better or just did this. They literally eat McDonald's every day and do that, and they're like, I'm still all right. I'm not like in a cast.
It's been working.
they're like, I'm good. And they don't realize how much better they could be until almost times until it's too late or later on in their careers. Like, imagine even if LeBron James didn't even focus on his health and wellness
he was
like he does
one of
now. We wouldn't be having this Michael Jordan LeBron conversation. Even Michael Jordan never focused on his fitness and health,
right?
You know, so there's some guys that they're like, I mean, I'm good enough. It's okay. Athletes do not mentally think like that. They just never do until it's like too late. It's so frustrating because I'm like, why do I care about you more than you care about you? But they just don't get it. They're like, oh, I'll just work out. I'll drink the night before and then I'll just work it off in the morning. I'll sweat it out the next day. They don't think like that.
I don't think it's just an athlete thing. I think it's a people thing. I think we all know that one person who could lose some weight and suddenly change their whole life around, and they're like, it's not till the doctor tells you about to die. Right. Like I just only eat 5 Twinkies instead of 6. You know, we all know that person. I didn't even know they still made Twinkies until yesterday. That's why I mentioned that. But right. So it's like, I mean, I have people in my family that we've told them for years, you know, hey, get your health together. We've tried. I hate cooking, but I've personally cooked for people in my family to say, hey, I'm going to help you along. And it's not till the doctor says, do this or you will die, until they go, oh. It's like, why do you have to get, and then even then it's a fight. It's like, will you put that fried food down, please? You know, that's human. That's not just Zion.
Yeah.
Right.
It's challenging to adjust your lifestyle for sure. Chris, I'd like to hear from you about this story. Do you agree with Dr. Sutter's statements about Zion?
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. Sutter's been very accurate up to this point. He has a lot of really in-depth videos on a lot of injuries on a lot of players, and he's been very accurate with a lot of stuff. So it's kind of worrisome. But like Britt said, I don't think anything is set in stone because it really could just come down to him just losing some lbs. Like that really could be all it is. I'm not saying that is all it is, but definitely could be a good start. But he's 18, 19 years old. That's not in his mindset right now. He's still figuring out the game. Everything that they just said, he's still figuring out how to even be an NBA player, let alone in a lot of people's eyes, the best player on his team. So there's so many things that he has to in diet's not even probably in his mind. I've been worried about him even before Duke. Because he's been such a polarizing player in high school, and he's just always been so big, and he hasn't really played any talent. He looked really good at Duke because we have to remember when he went into Duke, he wasn't even projected to be the best player in basketball. I think he was like 5 or 6. It was like R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish were like the top 2 players in their draft. So, and then he stole the show, but a lot of people were worried about him weight-wise, and I have been, and I really feel like that's something that can be turned around. But I completely 100% agree with Britt that he needs his own team, because the Pelicans, I don't care what they changed around in their front office or what they've done, the Pelicans is the last team that I am depending on when it comes to my health. Zion needs to go and get his Z squad, because that I think that's the best thing, that the best chance he has at having a longer career in the league is if he has his own guys that are on top of him every day of the week, off season, on season, during season, playoffs, everything.
He'll probably have to settle that lawsuit so he can budget for that Z squad.
That's facts too.
Hopefully he does make some changes, though. I think for me, hearing a doctor say this about me, it'd be a wake-up call. But you guys are right. He's young, so maybe it won't be the thing that gets him to change. But I hope he does, because I want to see Zion in the NBA for a long time.
Too.
I really like him. Yeah, he's amazing. Okay, Chris, I'm done. So you take it away.
What?
My friend.
Oh boy, I'm done. Take it away. Well, guys, it's time for Post Up Fuzzy Edition, because I don't know what's going on. My internet is in a roll. Look at me lagging and stopping and starting. So you're gonna have to bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. But we are on a fuzzy edition of the Post Up, but I do have an entertaining poster for you guys regardless. And we are starting with the fight that almost was, at least for as far as I know, because we didn't get any updates. But we got our first bit of chippering, like actual real talk chippering going on, to the point where somebody's threatening to, meet me outside kind of fight. And it was between Aaron Gordon and Kyle Lowry. Now, here's my thing. Like, outside of the fact that Kyle Lowry's already smaller than you, Aaron Gordon got two dunk contests, mess ups of hate in his body. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but he got 2 times that he got in his mind robbed, so he's got a lot of hate. And Kyle Lowry, I understand you a tough dude, you from Philly, but I don't know if this is the kind of fight that you want. But that being said, yesterday, after I'll leave it up to you guys. After a hard foul by Kyle Lowry, Aaron Gordon felt the type of way about it. And then this video came up. There's not really any audio if we can get the video. But if you guys are professional mouth readers, he turned around to Kyle Lowry and he called him a bitch. He just looked at him and said, "You a bitch." But here's Kyle Lowry telling him where he at. He's like, "This is my hotel room number, 836. Come find me, bro. Come find me." So I think that's great. I'm all about it. I love this kind of stuff. Obviously, Aaron Gordon walked off and nothing became of it. But I want you to see the foul, and I want you to see if Aaron Gordon has every right to feel the way he was feeling, because the foul was rough. And if we can get that foul up, look at this. Hold on now. See, I don't like when the leg is fully extended like that. That always worries me. So Aaron Gordon got a little bit of an argument here. I'm not one for, the soft calls and whatnot. I think that's just regular. I'm not calling the flagrant or nothing like that. I'm not saying the call should be flagrant. I'm not talking about that. Yeah. What I'm talking about is, does Aaron Gordon have a right to be as frustrated as he was? So with that being said, yeah, Brett, I'm gonna come to you. How do you feel like Aaron Gordon had every right to have the moment that he had and call out Kyle Lowry, or do you think he's being soft in this?
We did a switch swap. Okay,
I'm over here now. All right, that's fine.
Switcheroo.
So fuzzy, but it's cool. So y'all know Aaron Gordon's one of my boys. I like literally fight to the death for his dunking abilities. Yes. So I agree that he had every right to say what he did for 2 reasons. One, yes, that was a foul. You don't be grabbing my guy's arm like that. 2, this is what happens when players are sexually frustrated. They take it out on the court. They get upset on the court.
And we're back.
What we see. Because the players have not been able to let out their sexual frustrations, we're seeing them a little more aggressive on the field or court. This is just what happens. That's
so what are the masseuses doing?
Players don't have sex before a game because they want them to be riled up and mad. So football players don't have sex before games because of this. And now we're seeing what it does when NBA players don't have sex.
So he's just like, I can't jump and he hit him in the arm because he's already frustrated. Like, he's mad at him about it. I think that's accurate. It could be it.
Yeah, that's accurate.
But Jackie, what you have to say about that?
I'm happier and gentle when I'm not frustrated, so I think Britt's onto something. That could be accurate. I didn't think the foul was that bad, but to be honest, I could see me even if I was getting some on a regular, I go stir crazy.
Hold on. No. Jackie,
I didn't think the foul was that bad.
No. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. But putting you in Aaron Gordon's shoes, we've heard stories about you have been.
Oh, but that was my job, though.
I get that.
That was my job.
I'm saying is, you have that athleticism. You going off the dunk. We're on flagrant. It's the foul basketball. Move on. But if that happens to you, you not feeling the type of way, Jackie, right?
That was my job to feel some type of way. We fighting on the court. I ain't giving you my room number. We both getting ejected from this game. You foul me like that. Make no question.
I'll take you out right now. Right. We fighting right now. Okay. I was about to say.
Oh yeah, you talking about? I didn't know we were doing WWJD. What would Jackie do? I thought we were just evaluating the situation as a whole. My bad. I didn't know.
Nah,
I'm definitely down for that fight.
Yeah, but I'm also not in that camp. I'm gonna sound real Jeff Van Gundy, but yeah, I'm in the camp or no. Let it go. It wasn't like he was intentionally going to try to take him out. He just can't jump. It's that simple. If in his mind he thought he was gonna block the shot, and then he realized Aaron Gordon could really jump, and he missed. It's that simple. But yeah, I'm moving off of that. But yes, if I'm Aaron Gordon, I'm a few more words coming out of me, Mama. I'm sorry. That being said, moving on to the next one. Come Shaquille O'Neal, who was watching his one-time dubbed Sacramento Queens, but now because he has a stake in the team, he is now a part of the kingdom, which, as we joke a lot about here, isn't really a lot of fans. But Shaq made sure that he was there front and center for the virtual fan seats that just Shaq means Shaq. There's there's literally a minute and a half of Shaq doing all kinds of childish little things, just having a good time. But my favorite part is after he does there's like, look at how happy he is about it afterwards. Like, not happy Shaq.
The laughter.
He's like a whole group. He's just sitting back.
Next time that guy needs to buy 2 seats because he's covering up the sister next to him.
But look, she's wearing. But Britt, she wearing a whole Heat shirt, so he don't care about her. Look, this is the thing. This is a Kings game. I'm seeing a Giannis jersey. I'm seeing my man with a Hornets blue shirt. I see a girl with a Heat jersey. We got another. Yeah, see
Carolina. Carolina.
Tar Heel Nation. Yeah, we got another Bucks jersey. This was the Kings versus the Pelicans. So I'm having a hard time understanding. So they literally just put anybody in the stands for this one because they know because the Kings were home, but like we said, they don't have many fans. But I just love Shaq at the end. I just heard him laughing like I don't think that's how he laughed, but that's how he looked like when he was laughing right there. But Shaq being a goof.
How do you virtually cover up somebody else's seat though? That's how do you virtually be that big?
Shaq,
you virtually that big? Like, right. Shouldn't it just cut you down the side? Look, I can lean to either way. I'm not cutting nobody off. How does Shaq cut people off?
Doesn't matter. She a Heat fan.
He's just like, you ain't taking my shoulders out of it. Leave my shoulders alone.
Anyways, from virtual fans to obsessed fans, we are going to Kawhi Leonard. This is what Devin was talking about earlier. Kawhi Leonard got himself a bit of a lover, all right? Now, and this ain't just anybody. This is actress January Jones. Now, not everybody might know January Jones. If you watch Suits, she was definitely in that show. She was big on that. She's in a few movies. I know her from Last Man on Earth, a show that nobody watched, but I actually enjoyed. She was on there. But other than that, if you don't know, then I'm not surprised if you know who January Jones is. But she's an actress, and she seems to have a thing for Kawhi Leonard because she, all bold as ever, went onto her IG story and this all these emojis saying "future boyfriend?" question mark. Jesus, and she added the Clippers, knowing damn well that Kawhi ain't on Instagram, so she's trying to get somebody's attention. But she wasn't done. She went on to the next one with a different angle of Kawhi, and it's covered up, but it's a phone emoji saying "call me Kawhi." Now, again, she might be brand new and just saw Kawhi Leonard for the first time and said, "Oh, who's that man? Oh my god!" Not knowing that, yeah, Kawhi got a whole girlfriend that he's been with for quite some time. Got some kids, and so I think somebody needs to update January Jones on the situation with Kawhi Leonard, and before she get herself beat. The responses on Twitter were hilarious, but they're like Kawhi's girlfriend for how many years seeing this post, and it's like Rihanna giving her a side eye, and it's all kinds of crazies and whatnot. But yeah, January Jones very bold for this one. I don't care how famous you are. That's bold, all right? And plus, I don't know if you speak Android, so I don't think you guys are going to be a good couple anyway. So I don't know how that would work out.
Hey now.
No, I love Kawhi. It's all this next one. When I'm so excited. Okay. Darius Baisley of the Oklahoma City Thunder is a clown. He is hilarious. He's fun. He's been this way for as long as he's been playing basketball. He's had clips on Overtime, on Ball's Life and whatnot, but now he is on OKC entertaining his veterans because they had him acting as one of the mop boys for just their entertainment because there's no basketball being played. Literally just his rookie duty were just entertain me, be a mop boy. And he did a damn good job. It was pretty damn accurate. So here's that video.
Oh God, why?
Look at the slide. Look at the slide. They're about to fall off.
The flip flop. Yeah. Oh God.
Committed. Look at he got to sit down perfect.
Get the towel.
The commitment. He killed that. And he got to sit down perfect. The sit down, that's my favorite part. Just go right.
It's low-key exercise.
But
he said that's low-key exercise. It's like suicide. It's like clean the floor suicide.
But God, this was so good, but it had to, you guys, I hope you remember this dude that I'm about to show you because this made me think about the OG goated mop boy of all time. Now, I'm pretty sure we've done a story about that here on the Fumble, but if you don't remember, I got to show my guy one. Here's one video of my boy. Can we get that video up? Look at him go. This is the goated mop boy. Now, if you want to watch the pickup. Looking at him, I got you. Look at, but he ain't done. That's a big body you got to clean up.
Oh my
That's a big body you got to clean up. But this may not be the stance, and he's done. I'm all done. But that
What
might
the
not
hell
be the
was
video
that?
you remember. Now it's not done, Jackie Ray, because you might remember this video. Look at him come in. Here I am. Here I go.
Oh my God.
Well done to him.
And it's smacking the floor.
That guy needed a raise.
I love it. They all need to be like this.
I'm saying this dude, he said there's no fans. This is pre-coronavirus times. There's no fans in the stand. He don't care. He's entertaining the masses. I'm out here. Look. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Darius Baisley did a good job, but we got to show
That
some
is
shine.
hilarious.
This man right here, who is the GOAT. Oh, one more time. Look at. Sorry, the flip. But yeah, Darius Baisley killed that. That was a really
knees
good
though. He got strong knees, hopping around like that on his knees.
Not like that. Oh my God. I love the way he picked up the dude, the way he looked up at.
Like,
that guy's a goat.
Yes.
That guy is a goat. That guy is hilarious. Now, from one W to an L, we are going to Charles.
Oh no.
So somebody needs to explain technology to Charles Barkley because he got roasted on the TNT set yesterday when he didn't think that the players on the court could see the people on the screens that are they're in, and he thought that only people that are watching the TVs could see them.
God.
Did any of that make sense to you? Because just the thought of me saying that out loud, I'm just like, Chuck, what you mean? Like, they're in the building with the screens. What do you think? They're just big green screens just for our entertainment? No, the fans are there for them, not for anyway. So Chuck asked a very simple question, very stupid question, but a very simple question, trying to find out if the players can see those people, and he got roasted.
Can he wanted to know because she's nosy.
Don't blame her.
The players, they can't see those people in the stands, can they?
What?
Silence.
Look at Kenny's face. Oh my God.
There's a screen.
He said you big dummy.
Kenny was like, did he
Kenny's
just really?
silence. Yeah. Silence is the best. She's like, wait. This is a real question. Like, what's going on right now? Am I being punked?
But there was a part of Charles that knew it was a dumb question because he was like, because she wanted to know. She wanted to know.
But no, he was submitted to it because he's like, don't try to make me look stupid on here. It's a real question. He said it's like, so he thought that he was asking an intelligent question. Look at the face.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh my God. Oh God. I gotta ask this question. I'm curious. Oh my God. Yeah, he got killed every second because he was trying so hard to stay strong. Like, no, this is a real question. This is a serious question. And Shaq was just killing him. You big dummy. But anyways, oh man. And last but not least, I just want to throw one more F the Astros for the one time because this GIF was just perfect. So we know that the Astros are good at stealing and reading signs. Well, hopefully they were able to see this sign very clearly because you can see it right there in the back. Look on the left. Can you read this sign, Astros? You see this? You see this sign? Got him. So yeah, that was Archie Bradley who was giving the Astros a piece of his mind after oh my God, player Nick Ahmed. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. Got a home run on the Astros, and my man was letting them know, like, you're reading this? Can you see this? So F the Astros. And on that note, that's it for me. That's all I gotta say. Nothing else after that. Yep, there it is. I'm done.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. Now, Jackie, tell us what we not gonna do, yeah.
All right, guys. Let me be quick, because what we're not going to do is pretend that I'm not a little bit tired of saying what we're not going to do, because people, use some common sense. I know it's not that common, but just go on some sort of expedition and try to find you some common sense. But if you choose to be a permanent resident of racist Idiotville, at least don't apologize for it. At least don't give us a fake apology about it. I'm not even going to really get into this one. Leo, can you please put Sir Dumbass up on the screen so they can see this video and tell me what they think they see from this Oakland A's coach? Wait for it. Wait for the handshake. Here it comes. Yeah. Did y'all see it? You see it? You see it? Okay. Boys and girls, that is Oakland A's bench coach Ryan Christensen. He's given, of course, the Nazi salute as players walk off the field. And if you didn't think that was a Nazi salute, I don't know how. He did it twice, and he admitted to it. In his fake apology, he started with, "I greeted players with a gesture that was offensive." Not only is it offensive to me, the fact that he kind of chuckled about it and did it again and wanted somebody to co-sign with him is just crazy. But Harry, let's go ahead and entertain this fake apology. He said, "I made a mistake, and I will not deny it. I greeted players with a gesture that was offensive. In the world today of COVID, I adopted our elbow bump, which we do after wins to create some distance with the players. My gesture unintentionally resulted in a racist and horrible salute that I do not believe in. What I did is unacceptable, and I deeply apologize." That's what Ryan had to say. And of course, the Oakland A's issued a statement that said, "A's bench coach Ryan Christensen greeted players with a gesture that looked like a Nazi salute. We do not support or condone this gesture or the racist sentiment behind it. This is incredibly offensive, especially in these times when we as a club and so many others are working to expose and address racial inequalities in our country. We are deeply blah, 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 blah." So look, I sorry, I didn't read the whole apology, but it's just, I'm tired of, they all read the same. I feel like it's cut and paste at this point, but I had to take to quit Twitter because I was just ready for Twitter to go in on this guy, but I was wrong because Karen and her husband and Team MAGA was on the case. This first one said, "Ryan clearly didn't realize what his karate chop looked like. Liam told him," and then Liam reacts as if to say, "Oh crap, needless to say, time to stop karate chop. Easily confused for Nazi salute." Okay, let's see what else we got. This one says, "This gesture looked nothing like a Nazi salute. It looked like a person raising his arm bent at elbow. The Nazi salute is raised straight arm with flattened palm. The brouhaha is absolutely ridiculous, but I love the response. You looking at the wrong person." So this last one is by far my favorite. Jackie Ray comment is like from Miss J.L. Jones. She says, "Does he still have a job?" asking for Nick Cannon. I have to follow suit with that one because it seems that people are just giving a lot of passes on this one. Chris, I'm going to go to you. Do you think this is something we can just write off as an unintentional mistake, or does it seem kind of obvious that this was fully intentional?
A real question?
Look, man, I have to ask the question. That's the question.
We don't let that. No, no, we're not letting this one go. But the thing is, I'm afraid that they might. But no, you should not be letting this one go. And the fact that those are just a few of the responses, because I did exactly what you did, stupidly expecting. It was way too much. People were like, you guys are so soft. If you're really taking that as a Nazi salute. Clearly, he's doing fill in the blank for whatever it is. No. And I'm afraid that it might just be shoot off as just, he made a mistake. Oh, we'll take his apology and move on. But no, it should not be. It definitely should not be. I don't know how you cannot see that for what it was. I don't know. That whole thing is just so stupid. So stupid.
Yeah, Christian Orr in the chat is asking. Go ahead, Britt.
I feel like the same people that are saying that wasn't the Nazi salute are the same people that saying that it wasn't a noose. 100%. Like it's the same.
Facts.
100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Facts. I see Christian Orr in the chat. He says, "Serious, if that was a fake apology, then what is a real apology? A real apology is one that you don't have to make because you don't do stupid stuff. You did it on purpose. You meant it. So don't apologize for something you actually meant to do. I'm tired of the fake apologies." Anyway, let me move on. Britt and I tend to agree. Right. Britt and I tend to agree that in a world full of all these men making horrible mistakes, that it usually takes the women to step up and get things right. But I think right now we have to kind of admit that what we're not going to do is admit that sometimes women don't get it wrong too. Because I can assure you that Marlene Stallings, who is the head coach for the women's basketball team at Texas Tech, she does not think like Britt and I would ever want a woman to think. So she took over in April of 2018. Since then, 12 of 21 players have left the program. 7 of them Stallings recruited personally. The allegations are crazy. I'm just going to tell you some of them. They say that she wants them to maintain a 90% heart rate. If they drop below that, they can get cut from the team. Players that had been diagnosed with depression, she told them to put a rubber band around their wrist and snap it anytime they had like a negative thought, but to keep playing. A 6'5" center said she was told by coaches again not to display her depression symptoms. 5 players said that the conditioning coach Ralph sexually harassed them, making suggestive comments, and then wanted to massage them on their breast and pelvic area whenever they experienced injuries. And then 3 other players said that when they told Stallings about this, that she retaliated by having tougher practices. So this whole thing is crazy to me. I mean, and that's only a few of the allegations. It literally reads like a sonnet. It's pretty long. Players say coaches dismiss some of their injuries and would make them play through injuries. It's a lot, guys. But Texas Tech issued a statement saying earlier this year we were made aware of allegations of inappropriate behavior by support staff member of our women's basketball team, and when the individual confronted with the allegations, the individual resigned from the position before any university review could take place. So, Britt, I'm going to go to you because I know how we feel about women kind of leading the charge to do the right thing. This is a woman treating other women like this. How do you think, with what you talked about yesterday with these young men in the NCAA kind of saying, no, enough is enough, do you think that'll trickle over to women's now? And now this is why this is happening and we're all kind of stepping up and saying enough is enough? Or how do you feel this is going to play out in the future?
You know, I actually feel like women have never had a problem speaking up when it comes to these matters. I think the women have spoken up, just nobody's listening to them. You know, unfortunately, the women don't have as large platforms as the male players and stuff. And because the male players have been granted so many, you know, great things with the colleges and whatever, they kind of take, I don't want to say like the spotlight away from the women, but they do, you know, like women always come second best. And I remember, like I said before, when I used to be a sports reporter in Louisiana, the women never had a problem saying, hey, we have to stay in these roach motels, and and they're always saying something. They're always saying something and trying to be vocal about it, but nobody listens to them. And like this coach, like when I was reading some of the stuff that she said, she was calling like the girls fat pigs and disgusting and just like mentally putting them down. It's like, it's terrible. But I think hopefully this will kind of make people listen to women more. But I do think that for a while, women have been, you know, I think started the whole thing of speaking up and saying stuff. Even women's basketball, we saw women's basketball players kind of take control of like Black Lives Matter stuff and do stuff before the men were. It's just that we got more publicity for it. But hopefully we start listening and paying attention to when women speak, because our voices matter too.
Yeah, this one was tough for me because she was a straight up bully. She was telling some of the bigger players that they were endangering the other players. She was a straight up bully. And I think as women, for us, it's almost like sometimes when you're Black and you walk in the room, you know you have to represent for the entire race. But when you're a woman, and if you do these kind of things, then men will say, oh, see, this is why we can't have women. So it just hit a little different for me. So I agree. I think that this is one of those things that I'm glad that it's out, because now we need to really say, okay, when these female players speak, we need to listen, because this is ridiculous. It should have never gotten this far. But that's all I got for what we not gonna do. So Chris, get your vocals ready, because it is time. Are you warming up? I can't see you. So okay, there you go.
Ready.
Blurry. Because now it is time for Britt's takes.
Britt's takes.
Or the post up, whatever you want to call my show. Post up again. Thank you.
And we back.
We're back. Okay. Leo's gonna mute me now. Sorry, guys. So speaking of women that have done great things, I'm about to get into a story to share some love to one of these amazing women. So the return of the XFL was short-lived, honestly, when the season ended due to COVID back in March. The league had to file for bankruptcy on April 13th. And we thought, again, it was going to be gone for good. We know this was, you know, the second time the XFL has tried to come around. It was around back in the day and then came back, and everybody was loving it. But they only had 5 games. And then COVID happened, and then they filed for bankruptcy. And then we're like, great, I bought all this XFL merch for no reason. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came to the rescue. He is a former Miami Hurricane. We know he played D tackle in college and then played in the CFL a little bit before becoming a WWE superstar. And now he is an actor, and literally, I think he was highest paid actor this last year. Like, he's just taking over the whole entire world. And he has decided to use some of that money to purchase the whole entire league of the XFL. So it was approved for purchase. I know somebody in the chat earlier was saying, "Oh, you guys are 4 days late on the title." Well, no, we're not, because it was actually just approved this morning that the purchase can go through. Yes, they've been talking about it for a couple days, but it was approved this morning by the bankruptcy judge to allow Dwayne Johnson, Redbird Capital, and wait for it, Danny Garcia. That might sound like a guy's name to you, but it's not. She is a businesswoman, a producer, and she's also the ex-wife and mother of Dwayne's daughter, Simone. Dwayne posted this saying, she cute too, right? Taking a moment
that's dope.
This very cool and huge milestone. My XFL partner, Danny Garcia, becomes the first woman to own an entire sports league independent from a team. She was the architect in this acquisition, and now we go to work for the love of football. So they purchased the team for $15 million, which is less than it actually even grossed in the restart. So the restart was 5 games, and they had already grossed $20 million at that point. And according to court filings, the previous owner said they invested $20 million in startup costs. So getting it at $15 million is like unheard of. Like they literally got it for so cheap. So obviously recently we know that there was another group of women who came together, including Serena and her baby girl, and they're the owners of a new women's soccer team called Angel City. We know, obviously, one of the women we don't like, but owns the Atlanta Dream team. And there are women owners, but this is the first majority woman owner of an entire league, you know? And we talked about the XFL when they first came back. Me and Chris were huge fans watching the games every week. I went to the home opener for the Los Angeles Wildcats, and I am like so excited that not only is this league going to be owned by a Black man, but now a woman as well. Those are the 2 majority owners of this not team, league, a Black man and a woman. Like, this is so amazing. This is literally never happened in any like top sport at all, period, or minor sport for that matter. And to see this happen in this moment, this is literally history that is being made today, you guys. So make sure you mark it on your calendars. August 7th is when the game changed. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Danny Garcia are the ones that changed that game. So if you guys were not watching XFL this season that they just had, please watch it moving forward. Obviously, they have already – the XFL before, when it did come back in February, was already pretty good with their diversity inclusion. They had 2 of its 8 team presidents that were female. Each of the officiating crews on every game had at least 1 female as part of the officiating crew. And then obviously 3 of its 8 head coaches were Black. So they were already, you know, practicing like diversity and inclusion. But Danny Garcia said moving forward, it will be the same, because she said, well, I'm going to be hiring the best people available. So technically that would mean I'm doing diversity and inclusion, because she believes a lot of times things are just handed down to people that aren't necessarily qualified. And if we all kind of actually gave the person who was qualified for the job, we would see a lot more women in positions, and we would see a lot more Black people in positions. So Danny had that to say, which I love. So I think moving forward, we're just going to continue to see the XFL kind of be what we want all these other leagues to be. They're going to be a blueprint of what we see for everybody else. And so I'm really excited. If you weren't watching, please watch moving forward. Obviously, the blueprint of whatever the teams were, there were 8 teams that were playing before the season stopped due to COVID. I would assume they would continue to have the same teams that they had before. I know everybody basically was like fired, and maybe some people they'll bring back, other people they won't. But they do have like a blueprint to kind of moving forward with the XFL season. I'm like praying they don't change the Los Angeles Wildcats at all, because I already bought a bunch of their merch before this season was over. So I hope I get to use my merch and not have like a bunch of old jerseys like Jackie has with her LeBron jerseys every time he changes teams. So I'm really excited about this, but with the blueprint that they already have, I don't know if it's and they don't know if they're going to be able to do a 2021 season just because, the purchase is made later on. And then obviously with COVID and the restrictions we currently have, they don't know if they'll be able to get a 2021 season started because they would start training beginning of January and then have the season starting beginning of February. So it's more realistic that we'll see the new season in 2022, but I'm super excited. I don't have any specific questions to ask. I know, Chris, you watched a lot of XFL. Are you excited to know that it's coming back?
Very, very, very hyped. I'm a little bummed because my favorite player from the original season, Jordan Tomo, got picked up by the Chiefs, so he won't be playing in the XFL. I mean, happy for him because he moved up. Good for you. But a little bummed because he was balling out in the XFL. But yeah, because that just means opportunities for like a lot of these guys that we, come to love that might have fallen out of the league, and they'll get their chance in the XFL. I know you watched Last Chance U too, Britt, so a lot of those guys might get the opportunity in the XFL. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm happy that got picked up. So I'm looking.
Yeah, well, not even just that. The fact that we know the rosters for training camp for NFL this season cut because of COVID, and there's colleges, there's players not playing. So now this is a whole another place that players can go and get that extra chance to make it to the NFL. So this literally is great all around, and I think we'll see actually probably bigger stars than we think playing in this XFL and even a higher level, because there's a lot of guys that were at an NFL level that did not get to play or did not get a chance to show what they got because whatever happened this season, if your team canceled or whatever. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I should have worn my shirt, but I got my Sparks. I got to rep my ladies today. But I'm excited to see this upcoming XFL season. Congratulations, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Danny Garcia, a Black man and a woman, and a minority woman too. But
Can we just shout?
It was a Hispanic woman.
Can we just shout them out just in general? Like after their divorce, she literally single-handedly uplifted his career. She was his agent for the longest time to make him the actor and then she split off from him. Yeah, she split off from him and was like, okay, I helped you do your thing. Now I'm going to be one of the biggest sought after agents in Hollywood. And now I'm going to help you own this team. Like, look, y'all can break up and still be about that life together. This is a whole mood right here. I'm excited.
That is like a relationship goal. It's not a couple's relationship, but that's relationship goals right there.
Seriously. Yep. Yeah. For real.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, this is such a monumental moment. So thanks for sharing that with us, Britt. Also, before we go, you guys, I just wanted to thank all of you for donating to our Equal Justice Initiative campaign. Together, we raised over $1,500 for an amazing organization, and it's all thanks to you guys. So
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it really means a lot that you contributed and that you were watching and participating and donating. We hope that you all enjoyed hearing the stories of people who were able to get a second chance at life thanks to organizations like the Equal Justice Initiative. And we encourage you to obviously keep fighting the good fight, learning about these cases and donating to organizations that do this kind of incredible work. So thank you again so much for watching, you guys, and for donating. We really loved working with the Equal Justice Initiative. It's such an important issue, and we're so grateful that we were able to shed some light on it. So thanks for watching, everyone. And as usual, we're going to be back again on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But we will have Weekend Zone coming out this weekend. As usual, you guys know the drill. Make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Have a great weekend. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be a good person. Bye, guys.
Happy Friday.
On the dot. Ooh, yeah.